Hi everyone, and welcome into coverage of the Napa Cup Series. Today we're bringing you coverage from the famed Atlanta Motor Speedway in Atlanta, Georgia. Today, 33 cars take to the track for the final race before the championship race. That's right, in just 2 races, the Napa Cup Series Season 1 champion will be crowned. Who will it be? Well, there's 8 drivers still above the cut line. One of those is Kurt Busch. He won at Richmond last week to already seal his way into the round of 8. But other drivers like Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who have a little bit of a cushion, he will start 6th today. Can Ricky manage his position on the cut line? And Kyle Larson, Kurt's Chip Ganassi teammate, he's had a really good season, 2 wins so far. He's 3rd in points right now. Can he make his way to the championship 4? Here are the points. Kurt is at 264 and advance. Stenhouse 245, Larson 243, Busch 237. There really isn't any cushion. And then Elliott is 6 back, Byron 11 back, Blaney 17 back, Brad Keselowski is 59 back. Kurt Busch and Bubba Wallace are in row 1. Row number 2, it is Ryan Newman and Kyle Busch. Newman coming off of a win at Indianapolis. Then it's Joey Logano and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Chase Elliott, the kid from Dawsonville, and Martin Truex Jr. Row number it's Kyle Larson and Jimmy Johnson. Johnson final Napa Cup Series season. Those Team Hendrick drivers are going to be really shifted up next year. Some spoilers incoming soon. Kevin Harvick and William Byron. Byron needs a good race today in order to make his way to the championship 4. It's not looking good. He's almost in a must-win situation. Yeah, it's going to be really hard to make up 11 points without winning. Alex Bowman and Brad Keselowski then. Ross Chastain and Matt DiBenedetto behind them. And then it's going to be Eric Jones and Ryan Blaney. That has been Blaney's struggle all season and why he finds himself 17 points below the cut line. Because he cannot qualify well. He's had so many races where he's put himself in the back of the pack. And it's just so hard to make up. We'll see if he's in a must-win situation today. We'll see if he can do that. Pretty much everyone except for Chase Elliott in a must-win situation below the cut line. Cole Custer rounds out the field all by himself as we get set for green flag racing 10 laps around this 1.5-mile track in Georgia. The final race of the round of 8. Only 4 drivers will remain in contention after this race. Kurt Busch gets a great launch off of the first start. He's going to slide up and block his brother Kyle Busch and take the lead coming out of turn number 3 down into turn 4, and he's going to lead us on to lap 2 out of 10. Busch is rolling with it right now as his brother Kyle is on his bumper. This race is a little more important for Kyle, who right now is trying to manage above the cut line. Lap 3 out of 10. Can Kyle Busch do anything to get around his brother? Hard into the braking zone of turn number 3 is all the field as they roll in. Cole Custer trying to manage a couple spots as he still remains in last. On to lap 4 out of 10. Kurt Busch is going to go high. Busch low. He gets a big run, but can't make anything of it. Getting right on his quarter panel, but unable to do anything. Lap 5 out of 10. 6 to go. Can Kurt Busch hang on and go back to back? Here comes Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch is going to move Kurt Busch. Brothers moving each other. That is what is on the line here. The championship does things to families, apparently. As we go on to lap 6 out of 10. Can Kyle hold him off? 4 laps to go now. Can Kyle Busch hold off Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who has had a very quietly good season for Roush Fenway, trying to make his way to the championship 4. Busch, 8 out of 10, 3 to go. Kyle Busch is hard into the braking zone of turn number 3. He's going to lead him in, and a big crash around, piling up. Ryan Blaney goes on his side, and a huge crash in that turn. Oh, man. Ryan Blaney is on his side. Austin Dillon is on top of Jamie McMurray's McDonald's number 40 Camaro. Here's the instant replay. Blaney said it's time to go. He tries to move Ryan Preece, but unfortunately he then gets caught up in it, and they just dogpile. Nowhere to go when you're going that fast at Atlanta. Oh my. Unbelievable, really. Yeah. Blaney just says he has to move Preece. He had to move Preece. He couldn't wait along much longer. And super slow-mo here for this one. And Preece slides up into Ryan Blaney and McMurray. And they just have nowhere to go. I mean, we break this down. And then Blaney just gets a hard shove there. Preece goes backwards. Unfortunately, Daniel Hemrick's able to avoid it. But then Blaney is just shoved into by Chris Buescher. And he goes up on his side in that beautiful body armor paint scheme. Rolling on the cage. And that Dillon gets rammed from behind from Brad Keselowski, who's going to be eliminated. And unfortunately, Keselowski and Blaney will both be eliminated from the playoffs. They will not make it to the championship 4. Look at this list of cars involved. Ryan Blaney, Austin Dillon, Austin Preece, Austin Dillon, Cole Custer, Eric Almirola. Oh my goodness, that is a ton of cars. Ross Chastain to the garage. Oh my goodness gracious. Cole Custer started dead last today. He'll be in the garage. Eric Amarola to the garage. Noah Gregson to the garage in that number 9 G car. Chase Briscoe to the garage. 50 NF this year for that 98. Brad Keselowski to the garage in that Pyrotech car. Ryan Preece to the garage. So no Team Penske cars will make it to the Championship 4. They had pretty good odds to get one in, and they just couldn't quite. Ryan Blaney goes to the garage. Sad day for Team Penske. For Roger Penske, really, both of his drivers start towards the back and just don't get enough points mustered up to make it in. Brad Keselowski was behind from the start. He's only in this round because of that must win and a lot of damage to that number 3 car. But here we go. NASCAR overtime. It's a 2-lap shootout for the first time this year. Green flag waves. Kyle Busch, not a good start at all. Stenhouse tries to pin him down. Stenhouse leads him down the backstretch. He pins Kyle Busch down to the inside. Busch prevails. Here comes Elliott. Stenhouse slides up. Elliott to the inside. White flag in the air. Elliott slides up and blocks Kyle Busch. He's going to dive down and block Kurt Busch, taking that lane away. Ring the bell in Dawsonville. Chase Elliott wins his way into the Championship 4. Do you believe it? Chase Elliott is going to compete for the Napa Cup Series Season 1 Championship, and he is going to burn it out in the series sponsor car. Oh my. Second win of the season for the snake-bitten early on Chase Elliott. Kurt Busch brings it home in second. First and second back-to-back races. His teammate Kyle Larson third. Ricky Stenhouse in fourth. And I believe, I'm not sure yet, but I think that is just going to be your Championship 4. Bubba Wallace, a nice top 5. Started on the pole. Kyle Busch is 6th. And John Hunter Nemechek in that BK Racing has a really good race here in 7th. Ryan Blaney, that is just unfortunate for that number 12 team, finishing dead last here today at Atlanta. Some bad luck in the last 2 races. He was above the cut line after a really good first race at Indy. Not anymore, and he is not going to make it. So here is your Championship 4. Kurt Busch gets in with 299 points. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. at 278. Kyle Larson at 277. And Chase Elliott makes it in at 271. A must-win for Chase Elliott, but he would have gotten in on points if he would have finished second. Here are your drivers unfortunately eliminated. Kyle Busch, unfortunately, -9. He was up there battling. He led him to the restart for overtime, but could not hold him off. They were charging. Byron, 25 back. Blaney, 54 back. And Brad Keselowski, almost 100 points back, sitting 85 points away from making it in. There is no point advantage for the championship. Whoever finished the highest in the championship race is your Napa Cup Series Season 1 champion. That will be next Saturday. The Napa Cup Series Championship race will air. I am just so thankful for everyone who supported us through this amazing first season. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in today and through this season. Next week, the champion will be crowned. Will it be Kurt Busch, his teammate Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, or the one and only non-Chevy Ricky Stenhouse Jr.? We'll wait and find out. We'll see you next week.